There is a crisis that exists, so complex it's hard to address every single shard of glass that is cutting a nation's people. Wounds, even if healed, will leave scars for generations. And let us not forget the simple fact the vase was knocked off the counter in the first place, knowing very well it would shatter on the floor. Where we've been picking up the pieces with our bare hands because we can't agree on which type of broom and dustpan we should use to help with this mess. Families torn apart by addiction's grasp, souls sedated to cope with emotional dysphoria, and here we are trying to sew together tattered pieces of cloth to look like a flag of compassion we can wave with a sense of hope. But when the wind comes, the stitches tear and become undone. And here we are pointing our fingers at who and what is to blame. Is it the people in suits, overprescribing doctors, inefficient policies, drug dealers in the streets, mental illness, or the general brokenness of a decaying world? The list goes on and on and on. But we are talking about mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, grandparents and friends and lovers, someone across the street or just up the road. We all have someone we know struggling, dying from the wicked hands of addiction. We must admit that this is complex. We all have an opinion about what we think is best to address this mess, and that's okay. But nothing is getting in the way of our ability to show love to one another, to show one another that there is foundation they can build their house on that isn't sand. Compassion doesn't need a stamp of approval from a politician, so spill it with ferocity. There is a resiliency to humanity that transcends the powers that be. We just need the eyes to see that we can make a difference now, in this very moment.